So now let's look at the relay itself. And once we understand switches, the relay is actually not too exciting. You see in this particular device that there's a single pole, double throw switch on the right-hand side. The pole is the part that moves, and there's two possible connections I can make. The new part is there's a second wire going along here that's in a coil, so it makes a good electromagnet. The line next to the coil indicates that there's something like a piece of iron in the coil. If you've ever made an electromagnet by winding wire around a nail, that's what you made. Simply makes a stronger magnet. So when you run current through the coil terminals, it creates a magnetic field, and there's a magnet on the pole, and it's going to switch over and change which throw you're connected to. There's going to be a common wire, which is connected always to one of the two. And we typically refer to the other two outputs as normally open or normally closed. That simply tells you that there's a spring, not shown in here, that causes the pole to be on one side or the other, in this case to the right, when you don't have any magnetic field here. So the natural state of this thing, if it was unpowered, is to normally close this right-hand connection. And then when you power up the coil, the connection which is usually open, it will close, and the right-hand circuit would open. So that's just the terminology that'll help you understand how that relay works. The important thing about these relays is I could have a whole lot of current and voltage going through this switch. If I'm willing to build it big and beefy out of great big copper bars, there could be insane amounts of current or very high voltages there. And I can now switch it with this magnet, and I never electrically connect to the right-hand side at all. So this is a completely isolated system that allows you to control large voltages, large currents, large powers with probably much lower currents and powers, and have no electrical connection between your delicate, beautiful electronics over here on this side and the high power voltages over on the right. So relays are used in those situations where you need to switch and control currents and voltages that are much bigger than the rest of the circuit uses.